I can't tell you how many times I've heard this over the last few years. Eddie, we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait for interest rates. We're gonna wait for prices. We're gonna wait until the market settles down. And sometimes that's absolutely the right decision. But today I want to talk about something that almost nobody discusses, and that's the cost of waiting. Because every decision has a cost. Even doing nothing has a cost. Hey folks, I'm Eddie Mann with Team George Weeks Real Estate, and today I want to share something I've learned after helping families buy and sell homes for many years. Most people are good at calculating the cost of moving. They look at mortgage payments and interest rates and down payments and closing costs, but very few people calculate the cost of staying right where they are. You know, I remember talking with a family a while back. They wanted more space. The kids were growing. The house felt crowded. They talked about moving for years. Not months, but years. And every time we'd talk, there was another reason to wait, whether it was prices or rates or timing or the perfect house hadn't come along. And I understand that. Nobody wants to make a bad decision. But one day I asked them a question. What is waiting costing you? Well, that stopped them in their tracks because they had calculated every financial number imaginable, but they had never considered the emotional cost. Now, maybe your cost isn't money. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's the frustration of everybody being on top of each other. Maybe it's working from the kitchen table every day, or maybe it's that 2-hour commute. Maybe it's not having enough space for family when they visit. Or maybe your home just no longer fits your life. And listen, I'm not saying everybody should move, not even close. Some people absolutely should stay right where they are. But I do think that people should honestly evaluate both sides of the equation, because waiting isn't free. The market doesn't put your life on hold. Your kids keep growing, your needs keep changing, life keeps moving forward, whether rates move or not. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is treating their home purely as a financial asset. Now, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely a financial asset, but it's also where life happens. It's where birthdays happen and Christmas happens. It's where family dinners and memories happen. And sometimes quality of life deserves a seat at the table too. I know folks who spent years waiting for the perfect market. Then one day they finally moved. And almost every one of them said some version of this. I wish we had done this sooner. Not because the numbers changed, but because their daily life changed. Sometimes the best real estate decision isn't about time in the market. Sometimes it's about improving your life. Now, before anybody leaves a comment saying, Eddie told everybody to go buy a house, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is this. Don't just calculate the cost of moving. Calculate the cost of staying. Then make the decision that's right for your family. Ask yourself, if nothing changed over the next 2 years, would I be okay with that? If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, then maybe it's time to start exploring your options. So let me ask you a question. What's one thing about your current home that's becoming more frustrating over time? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're trying to decide whether it's the time for your next chapter, I'd be honored to help you think it through. I'm Eddie Mann with Team George Weeks Real Estate. Let's turn your dreams into keys.